Playing a sport in real life while cards go in phone, will Crimson Desert be a hit or will their fans moan? For the first time, one kid starts with Hades, and the way kids play Pokemon is a little shadies.
It works.
Yeah. Close it up. Welcome to New Dad Gaming.
Adult beverages are poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming. It's a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives.
My name is Trevor, and I have a 8-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Correction, that is actually rhymes a lot, otherwise known as Trevor. But my name is Jeff. I have a 15-year-old and a 12-and-a-half-year-old.
Shadies, Hades, like. Remember, we try to show each week on this show that just because you became a dad
does not mean it's game over.
And I come to you today wearing a lovely sports shirt, me being like super sports dad, as everybody well knows. If there's anything you know about me, it's I love video games and I love sports, playing sports of all types.
What sport are we talking?
They're just like... I really appreciate your restraint on that one, Jeff. I think it'll jump right down my throat.
Hey, no,
Just like, no, this
dreams
one was,
are dreams.
Yeah, so this came a little bit of left field. Not so much left field. It's one of those parent headshake moments.
Okay.
I think sometimes we have where you just take stock of something that's been happening for a while, and it's like, why am I not just doing that? So I have been fortunate to be getting to the gym a little bit more this year. So trying to kick off a decent habit, new year, new me, the usual type of stuff. And as I was about to hit the bike today for a little bit between weights, and the thought occurred to me, it's like, that's not a very fun exercise. And for the past 2 weeks, my youngest has really been on my case to go down and play soccer with him.
Okay.
It's like, hey, Dad, would you come play soccer? Come play soccer. Now, to my credit, and to most gaming dads' credits, I think here, you arrive at the end of the day. You've put yourself out there on the line, like you're being a provider, like you've done all the things, like you are goddamn exhausted.
Yeah.
Right? So, a number of times over the past couple of weeks, I just didn't have it in me. I didn't go down and play soccer. But again, it's just one of those head shake moments between calm reflection about this is a really great age, this is a lot of fun. Second one being, I'm trying to be healthier and I'm looking to exercise instead of sitting on a stupid bike, not going anywhere for like 30 minutes. Why not go play soccer, which is much more of a, larger, more bombastic, more active way to be active, if that makes any sense. So have you ever had any kind of like head shake moment where you weren't playing the game with the kid, or you weren't playing a board game, or you weren't taking them out to do a hobby, and then you just, had a summarization like, why am I in this negative pattern of not doing this thing that actually would be kind of cool?
Yeah, I think that happens to a lot of dads when, because again, I think you do reflect on, am I missing the moment a little bit, and to be a little bit more present, and yeah, I could sit on the couch and just, decompress from the day, which everyone does need that time. But nighttime is a couple hours away, so you can have that time in a bit and try to use the rest of the gas in the tank to get out there. So I have had a couple times where my kids want to go to like the splash pad or something. I'm like, you know what? Like, Daddy's tired. You are more than like old enough to go by yourself at this point. But I have made the extra effort. When the weather is really nice in winter in Canada, a little bit of a, kind of a barrier to everything. I'm like, but we'll try to make other attempts to do it. So I'm glad you got out there, and who wants to sit on a bike and stare at a wall when you could go out and? I'm assuming soccer's outdoors or indoors.
Outdoors, not at this point. I think
in paradise, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't want to bring it up at that part. So it's like I tried to keep it.
I'm just playing soccer on the beach beside an ocean. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And one thing I will say, like, this is also not so every time they ask, always go. Because sometimes you just don't have it. So that's and that is also okay. But it's
Yeah.
just, I think on the grand scale of things, you want to be taking more advantage of those opportunities than you're missing them.
Yeah.
Would be sort of the way I'd kind of put it. So, Sport Dad, you know how we're changing the theme of this podcast. It's New Dad Sportings. Something in between. Hey, gaming dads, have you had a shake your head moment? Have you stuck yourself into a pattern and then realized the opportunity that was in front of you? We'd love to hear about it. So reach out to us at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. One such dad that this week, we get emails coming across our desk. We'd love to speak with gaming dads, go back and forth and such. One came across our desk in particular, super nice email. So I try to read some of these notes. It comes from a friend of the show, Matt. So gaming dad Matt, a.k.a. Cringe Lord. Who, at the end of the email, I almost didn't want to include it because he did take a shot at Canada for losing the gold medal hockey match. Just like,
We're not going to read it out at all. So.
yeah. But we're going to let that one slide. But the email ends up being very long. I can't necessarily read it all, but he covers everything. Roblox, topics. He lists the topics at the top of them. Roblox, Pokemon, Steam Deck, Flip 7, Balatro on school computers, and then conclusion of it all. Let me try to get some of the high-level notes because Gaming Dad Matt really appreciate sending in the letter. So first, he congratulates me on kicking Roblox to the curb. Big accomplishment that will pay dividends now and in the future, I'm sure. I'm happy to say they are still a Roblox-free house. If anyone wants more incentive on getting rid of Roblox besides low-quality games and microtransaction wasteland, Google Roblox Predators, and you'll get more than you bargained for. Yeah, which I think we've kind of talked about that one before. Then the video and the face stuff.
Right.
Gaming dads, it's a great time to get out of Roblox. Let's see, this one's also good for. We talked a little bit about my own jumping into GBA Red Pokemon Red. We'll talk about some more Pokemon coming up on the show. This sort of gets into it. It's actually a ROM hack that exists, so it's a fan-made upgrade to one of the titles. So if you and your kids get into the new Pokemon games and want a challenge, I highly recommend Pokemon Unbound. It is a fan-made ROM hack with its own unique storyline and scalable combat difficulty. A great dynamic of this ROM hack is that you can, and if you like a challenge should, turn on their level cap option, meaning you cannot over-level your Mons past the level of your current gym leader's Mons. I will say, like, being in Pokemon now, like the words Mons continue to come up, and I did not know what it meant. I was like, what's a Mon? Is that a special character that I don't understand?
Kids, what does this mean?
Just like, help your dad, I don't understand. Let's see. Where's it go? Let's turn on the level cap. This leads you to having to use actual strategy and assembling a team instead of having one over-leveled star that crushes everything in its path. It feels like how Pokemon was meant to be played. And the gym leaders are no joke. If you fight a Mon that's weak too, they'll switch mid-combat. And if they don't switch, be careful, as they probably have taught their Mons moves that are super effective against their own weaknesses. So it just sounds like Pokemon on hard mode.
Yeah,
like if you want the extra challenge.
Dark Souls of Pokemon, you're like, oh, well, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds super cool. And he goes on to state like he didn't even know such strategy existed. So if you want that Dark Souls Pokemon experience, like that sounds like a really great one. Let's see. What was this one? Oh, here we go. So this is another dad vote for Steam Deck.
Absolutely. Okay. Yes.
In January, my wife left me with the kids for a week to go on a work trip, and day after she left, we had some legendary level snow and ice, precipitating the effective shutdown of the city, and most importantly, schools and daycares. In retribution, I bought a Steam Deck and have loved it so far.
Okay, yes.
Highly recommend to gaming dads who want some extra flexibility in their game time. Being able to have some synced cloud saves between the deck and my PC is great. Gaming in bed in the evening with my wife, reads her fantasy books next to me, is a true gaming dad luxury. He does mention, though, unfortunately, it does seem Valve is out of stock at the moment, largely because of probably the memory issues that are going on. But
not a fun time right now, but yeah, I can get one.
That's another nod. So, again, we got another vote for Flip 7. I had mentioned that's a card game that we discovered here, which is absolutely amazing. So they love it in their house. Let's see. He also had a similar memory down memory lane with Balatro, or just at least hacking schools and hacking school computers, putting games on them. So that's always classic. I love that one. So he wraps it up. That's it for now. Currently playing Grounded with my son and loving it. Minecraft vibes with a bigger emphasis on combat, plus it runs decently on this potato gaming rig that's a decade old. Showed him clips of another Minecraft-like game, Hytale, which finally released on early access, not on Steam unfortunately, and I suspect we'll dive into it next. So firstly, Gaming Dad Matt, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for this amazing letter. Love it and appreciate it. And Gaming Dads as well, like reach out to us. We love to hear this stuff at new.gaming, new.gaming.com. He does end with a question. I thought that would actually wrap up nicely for the next segment. So he's talking about his little one. He's about to turn 8, and for his B-Day, I'm considering going halfsies with him on a Switch 2 or a Quest 3.
Oh.
Surprisingly, he's gotten very good at saving his chore money. His last halfies purchase with me was a Bamboo A1 3D printer, which took him a year to save for. If you/your son were going to pick one, Switch 2 or Quest 3, which would y'all go for?
Wow, that's quite a choice, though. Like,
yeah, that is a tricky one. What's your first impulse? Don't overthink it. Kid comes to you with a bunch of savings, and let's just assume that the price is on parity.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going for?
Whatever. Again, 8-year-old, I really think a Switch 2 is probably going to be a good bang for your money. Like, I think it will go the distance. Quest 3 is like, it's fun, right? But like, the experiences are a little bit more. I don't know. You have to do your homework on some of them for an 8-year-old. That's all. They can be a little bit intense, but Switch 2, I don't know. I think
So I'm of two minds. Not of two minds. Sorry, like I would actually very firmly fall in the Switch 2 camp. For the reasons being, my 8-year-old, just given his frantic nature, I think like slapping on his face, I think for sure he's going to be going head first into a wall in the first like 10 minutes.
That's a good point.
So for myself, I'd kind of like that change around it. And I do think too, the Switch 2, huge bang for the buck. Like I think about our Switch, like it's still like one of the more played consoles. Its portability, like everything about it's so family friendly. So I think Switch 2 will carry on that legacy, and it's going to be great. I do think that I think the VR space is going to get more interesting in the next couple of years. I think if anything, it might fall off, and that's kind of a signal that like the tech didn't quite work, and we weren't quite ready for it yet, and it's going to be another 5-10 year cycle. Or like if you do think about Valve coming out with their Valve's coming out with their own headset,
right?
So Steam frame. Vision, what are they for? Steam Frame. Thank you. Yeah. And there's 2 or 3 other ones that are kind of like on the horizon that are sort of interesting too. So the space in a way is heating up, and I think if you think about what Steam did with the Steam Deck, that resulted in the ROG and like these other like all these other handhelds, the Legion Go, right? Yeah. Like it gave the industry a bit of a kick, right? Thus, you would almost think that as soon as Valve launches their frame, you're going to see like a lot more of it as well. So as much like the Quest 3, I enjoy mine very much, like one of my favorite consoles for sure. But it's a bit long in a tooth, and I think the future, the relatively near future, is going to be like much greater. So it gives the kid a chance to grow up a bit, get to enjoy the Switch 2 in the meantime, and the next thing you know, the next wave of devices come. Yeah,
no, I totally agree. And even just going back to his other kind of the background he was giving with extra games with like Minecraft and Hytale and stuff, you might want to check out Core Keeper, which is a really cool game I've had fun with my kids on, and it's kind of like a Minecraft/Terraria crossover, but that is, I think, on the Switch, Switch 2 as well. So that might be a cool, just like set up. Here's your new system, and here's a game that could be cool that you can all play together, and it's I think it's cross-play with the Steam Deck, so you can even work in that way. Not too shabby. Love to hear it. Hey, Gaming Dads, do you have your own thoughts on those things? Reach out to us at newdadgaming, newdadgaming.com. I did want to, this is actually a perfect segue, because I wanted to ask you about Pokémon TCG, like specifically the mobile experience for it. Right. So, like my kids again, like at this moment, like the house is just Pokemon crazy, which
which I tell like ordinarily would almost be kind of frustrating, but just given the Roblox hell that we had existed for a while, it's like I'll take it. Like these are actual games or characters. Like let's do it. But now it's kind of regressed in a way where they're not playing a game. What the game they want to play is the one where you open packs of cards.
Yes.
And see what cards you can get. So it's all the fun of the digital experience, the physical experience without the actual physical assets you get to have.
Yep.
So I know they would like it. I know they're going to be excited. I already can hear the screams as they rip over something and it's like a Pikachu or a Mewtwo, whatever.
Yeah.
But what's your take on it? Like for like an 8 and a 10-year-old who want to play it, is this immediately gambling and next thing you know they're going to be looking to waste money on actual packs, or relatively harmless? What's your take?
Well, my kids, so my youngest played it. I think it came out a couple years ago, so they might have been 11-ish. And I introduced it to them just to see if they wanted to open packs, right? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of cool how the motion works and the paps. Anyway, like it is kind of neat, but they didn't get addicted to it. And it was like a pack a day. It gives you a free pack a day, and then you gain whatever points and stuff that you can open up other packs. So I didn't find it like they tagged on to it too much. Like it was kind of a phase, maybe like a couple weeks, and it fizzled out. Because I think the loop is like, it's not interesting to them. So like after a while, like it's cool, like the stuff you get, but then like where's the game part? And they might get thrown off a little bit like that. Now that being said, if your whole Pokemon household is playing all different types of games, like Fire Red and new Pokemon games coming out, it might be a different story. And this is just like an added bonus to whatever else they're playing. But my kids got pretty tired of it. So, and my teen didn't even care. Just like that.
Okay, so that's interesting. So that's good because that's about the response I'd want to hear. So it's pack a day. Like I have got to be firm in not putting any money into this. Like
yes,
actual cash.
Lock that down like now, because it does give you the option like just to buy more. I forget what the currency in game was, but
of course, but
it's right there.
Okay, so we can give that one a shot. Like see how it's going. Like again, I can just imagine like when they rip that pack and they get some Charizard or something, and they're gonna flip their lids. It's gonna be kind of fun. So
totally,
given their newfound thrill of this entire world, why not give it that? So, okay, I'm happy with that response.
Just a comment, a pack a day does sound like a smoking addiction. A comment, which it does. Maybe it is an addiction, and I'm just not realizing it yet.
I would have to assume that like some parents would have almost preferred to find their kids smoking than ripping these like Pokemon packs constantly. It's like come on, at least with smoking, like you look cool. Come on.
Or smoking slows you down, at least. It takes the energy out of you. So,
parents and kids, the New Dad Gaming Podcast does not in any way endorse smoking. Just to be super clear.
You need to work in that disclaimer into the poem. So, next time.
There it is. Okay, we got 2 places we can go. We can either keep with Pokemon, because we got one more part of it, or we can move on to the next. Tell you what, let's do one more Pokemon, then we'll go on fast.
Okay.
So specifically, like I was curious if your kids are doing it the same way, because I'm almost a bit frustrated in the way that they're playing Pokemon now.
Okay.
So they played.
You're just hanging over their shoulder, like no, that's not.
That's like come on. So he's playing Shield, so Pokemon Shield.
Yes.
And he's beaten the game. So
right.
He's going through, and then he's just been taking his little character, and he's charting around, trying to find like new Pokemons. Away he goes. Great, wonderful. But the game that's stopped, Jeff. He's not doing the game part anymore. What he's doing is just trading. The entirety from start to bottom. The only thing that he does is he trades with other people, and then when he's not, he researches how to best trade. Because there's a trick. I don't know if you know it. Is that there just seems to be a world of magnanimous people who play this, who like perhaps they played it before and now they have some fight in trying to get a shiny. They captured some like 50,000 Pokemon, right? So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the trick is, whatever Pokemon you're trading, you change its nickname to whatever you actually just want. because there's no way to talk. There's no chat system. There's
Right.
at least in this one, right? So it's just like if
Genius.
you want Pikachu and you have a Charizard, you change Charizard's name to Pikachu and put him up for trade. And it's basically just signaling like, hey guys, I want this is what I want for this.
Yeah.
But it's the whole game now, man. This is all he does. He's not running around. He's not chasing. He's not doing anything except trading. Like, is in your experience, is that just what happens with these games after you play it? You're just goofing around to try to get all the rest, or I'm trying to gauge the normalcy of this, what I consider to be odd gaming behavior.
Yeah, it's not like he's out back in an alley like giving like Pokemon cards a pack a day. Here you go. Here's your Pikachu. But yeah, no, my kid did this. They beat. I think they had Sword, and they beat it all. They ran through that storyline as much as they could. Got all the Pokemon they wanted, the ones that they couldn't get. They would hang out and trade to get that whole collection, and that was part of that dopamine boost, was to complete your collection, right? So I don't know how many hours they spent doing just that, and I don't know if they knew that trick or not. I should ask them and get back to you. But that is like, that's what you do, I guess. Like when you finish it, like this is the end game. This is like your new game plus. You're like, well, I just need to complete the collection now, and I'm going to spend X amount of hours doing that. I don't know how long it would take or how much they're missing, but maybe you you could always introduce another Pokemon game and have them go at that one and be like, hey, here's this new one.
I got to keep one step ahead of them at all times, just to make sure that there's always there's a new game mode, and there's always seems to be enough of them. So Pokemon games, that is. Yeah. It's not. It's like, so what's the version of the song this week? It's not like I want to be the very best. It's like, I want to trick people into trades. Nobody really wants.
Complete my collection. Yeah, I know. It's a new song for us.
There it is, bizarre one. Okay, let's move on to some other stuff. Like, so this one is interesting. At first, when you said the name, I didn't recognize it, but after thinking about it for a second, in fact, I had heard about this. So why don't you cue it up? This is the soon coming, massively hyped game, Crimson Desert. Like, why did this interest you?
Yeah, so this one I've been keeping my eye on. It is okay. So I don't know if people. This was supposed to be a prequel, I believe, to Black Desert Online, which was this online game that looked amazing, played amazingly, and then died. This is now that kind of standalone game that's been developed. It has consistently, year after year, for like the last 5 years, looked too good to be true. And people are like, well, there's got to be something here. Like, it can't look this good with this kind of scope, all these mechanics, every single year, month, day, they would add new things to it. And you're like, this can't be. This has got to be like vertical slices smushed together, and it looks like gameplay, but it isn't functional in any way. But now we're getting close to the launch date, which is at this show recording, maybe 2-3 weeks out. And people are like legitimately hyping this up. They're like, no. I've played it. Everything they've shown is true. Like, wow. It's a gorgeous game. It's they say it's twice as big as Skyrim. The view distance is like never ending. It's got Breath of the Wild mechanics. Everything is destructible. It's got towns you can build, like RPG mechanics, character creations, different mechanics for each character. Again, I can go on, but this is all the stuff I've seen, and I'm like, at this point, do I had a small moment of weakness. I'm like, do I pre-order?
That's and again, like we're all gonna have temptation. Yeah, character is facing temptation and not giving in.
Yeah,
so good
that's
on
true.
You for staying strong. Because I have for sure thought about like some pre-orders as well, but it's just that like no, right. let's wait for this to come out. So I'm glad to hear it. Yes, what is it? So again, like you've seen the preview videos, you've seen like the hype videos putting it up. Like, what would be your best guess? Like, is this going to hit? And if it does, would you dive into this? Is this a world that you could get into?
This is totally like an immersive world. This is like Kingdom Come Deliverance kind of world where I could like just spend my days meandering through. But I don't know if it's like kind of like that cyberpunk moment where all these influencers are like this is awesome, it's amazing, it plays amazingly well on my super PC that I have at home. But on console, it's going to suck. So I'm anxious to see, like, again, I won't pre-order. I think it's a little bit too, we've seen the burn in the past. But I do hope it plays out for it. Like, I don't hope this fails. I hope it becomes what it is and what it's kind of shown to be. Because we're missing parts of that, I think, in the industry where it's like, hey, here's this game, and it's just kind of going to fall flat when you get it. But we spent a lot of money on it, and the marketing is off the charts. But like, here's another like Assassin's Creed or something, right? And like, nothing's really like meaty about it. And these people seem to like care about it so much that they developed a whole other engine for it. Like, it doesn't even run on Unreal, which is insane, because everything runs on Unreal now, and it all kind of looks samey, right? So I'm hoping success for this. I just don't know how it's going to play on my base PS5, because I don't have, it's definitely not going to play on the Steam Deck unless they do magic. But
it's like, well, I don't, again, like that's where I'd be curious, because if you think about what they would need for success, I'm going to say like it's probably going to work great on the PlayStation 5, which is a beefy console.
Right, yeah.
And I would even think it's going to work on Steam Deck, because if you think about, if the only way, they need to sell a lot. Right, They're going to need to sell a lot. They're going to need people engaged for like a long time for this to work. And if it's like in this day and age, when we currently have a memory crisis, in this day and age when like graphic cards are going for like $2,000 or more, it's like you could only play our super cool game if you're at the top end. Console gamers suck it. It's just, and Steam Deck owners, who are you? I don't even care.
Yeah.
So I would think that they're. Like, I don't want to say like go as far as saying optimize, but I feel like they're going to feel that they're going to have that pressure to like bring it down to like lower type of specs so that you can actually, so more people can play it. So my son now what would you want to play it on? Would you want to play it on your PlayStation 5 or your Steam Deck?
So
that's an interesting one.
Yeah, honestly, I would play it on PS5, but I would stream it to my Steam Deck, right? Like, I still have that option. So technically, I'm playing on it, but I'm not like having the fan try to kill me, right? Like spinning up, right? It'll be an easy play. So I would play on my PS5 and stream it. So that would be my choice. If it like goes perfectly well, though the option is there for Steam Deck, because a lot of those PC prices on Steam tend to come down quite quick versus a PS5 kind of walled garden. So I'm hoping, and like this dev seems to be listening to the fans as they develop the game. I think one person remarked on like, there's too many sparks on screen. Like there's too many sparks flying everywhere. And they literally just added a spark slider. They're like, okay, you can control it. I'm like, really? Like
we could double it, or you could have it. Even more sparks.
Like, this is coming from a Final Fantasy player, so I'm like, there's sparks all the time. Like, you select your name, and there's sparks flying in a Final Fantasy game. So I'm all for more sparks. But
okay, so now it looks like there's the main storyline, but then after that, it's like open, like MMORPG type of thing.
Kind of like you're trying to reestablish, I think, like a clan that has kind of lost its homeland. So you have to go out, kind of build it, do these missions, get sucked into side missions. It's got like a whole aerial sky castle thing. Like, again, they just added everything. Any best part from a game, they're like, okay, here, there's fishing. Like, they just.
There's got to be a cooking mini game for sure.
There's cooking. There's
Monster
shopping.
hunting. Ooh,
like,
he's currently flying.
Yeah, there's flying. Again, it's just. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm scared. I'm like, oh, I hope you don't fail. Like, I think it's great that you're trying something new. So
yeah, it'd be nice to have a really unmitigated success. Though I do think we had Arc Raiders.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Which that was kind of a really fun win for everybody. So that was wonderful. But if they have another one like this, I think maybe it charts the way. Like you said, they were listening. If the price isn't $130 plus like a subscription fee, and it runs on like lower ones, like maybe this could be a happy story. So we're rooting for you. We're rooting for you, Crimson Desert. I'm rooting for you. We're rooting for Crimson Desert.
Thank you.
Hey, let's wrap her up really quickly. So, your kid has actually started to play the Hades, which warms my heart, because obviously, like one of by far my favorite franchises. So it's awesome to see. And Hades still holds up, which is amazing. Like the original, obviously we had the sequel. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Where did that come about? And did that pique your interest to play it back? How good are they at this game? I imagine much better than me.
Yeah.
High bar, but
I don't know. Like, my team just came down and be like, hey, have you ever played Hades before? I'm like, would it? Well, one, do you listen to the show? Obviously, my co-host.
Are you a fan of New Dad Gaming?
You should listen to episodes 300 to 350. But no, he just mentioned it off the cuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, I hope you didn't buy it, because I have it on Steam, which you can borrow, right? He's part of the Steam family, which, again, gaming dads out there, set that stuff up, because you can share games back and forth, regardless of who buys it. It's fantastic. But yeah, no, he's starting to play it, and he's got all his friends in on it too. So everybody's playing it in his friends group, and when that happens, they all just like fire through this sucker. So I'm going to have to see where he is in it, because I never beat it, and I think it took you some time to beat it. So I'm sure.
From a literal timing perspective, in that I did have a lot to play. Although
Yeah,
also I was
no,
bad
totally.
at it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Would I be curious? Do you know if he's playing with God mode on? So God mode is every time you die, you take like 2% less damage,
Right.
up until 80% less damage, which I've achieved on both of my games.
Yeah.
Because that's just it's awesome to run through feeling powerful.
I don't
I'd be
think
curious
so.
to know if they're using God mode.
I probably don't
Probably
think they
not.
are. Like, they beat Silk Song, no problem. Hollow Knight, no problem. And I'm not saying that is this game, but their reaction time, I'm like, oh, Dad. Like, my reaction time is not near what they could do, and I don't understand if I was ever that good, or maybe they're just they've grown up into this ecosystem, and it's a product of me, right? It'd be like, oh, look, this is what I made. I made an Ultimate Gamer. You need to play this with like esports and make some money. But I'll have to ask. I'll have to see if he's playing with any sort of. Well, I don't know if you can mod this game, but any mods or God mode, or where he's at. Maybe he's on his like second, third run already. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'll find out.
I have to imagine he's probably like blasted through it. So there is a contingency of people who just continually play it, because there's all of these. It's called like punishment packs, and you can just add more challenges. It's like enemies deal 50% more damage. Like, there's no healing. Like, you can't spend money. Like, you just pick your poison, and that gives you extra like bonuses. And then there's like a chart that tells you how good you did as far as timing. So there's all this end game content. If you like the core loop, you can become very good at it, and then decide like, okay, I'm gonna challenge myself and see if I can survive this. So I would imagine, like, for kids who have before like 110%ed games, they might get into that sort of like end game type of content.
Yeah, no, I think I am interested to see what he's done with it, and maybe I should watch him like one time and just see how he plays this game, because when I was playing it, I was probably very much like you. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this map and I'm gonna do my job.
Ooh, I like lightning. It's like, oh my god, that's the worst one. What are you thinking?
Yeah, you gotta min-max this stuff. You gotta go, like, I don't know. I
prepared you a spreadsheet. Here's your decision tree you need to follow.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll wrap it up there for the weeks, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Hey, a big shout out again once to Gaming Dad Matt for the amazing email. Really appreciate you taking the time to write that all out. If anyone listening here would like to reach out to us, we'd love to hear from you. One of the best parts is emailing back and forth with all the gaming dads, swapping stories, hearing about gaming successes, gaming dad fails, everything else in between. Reach out to us at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. If you like the show, you can find us on all the major podcasting networks: Google, Spotify, Caster, YouTube, anywhere you find your podcast. Just search for New Dad Gaming and give us a subscription. If you do find us, something that really helps out the show, that Jeff and I would really appreciate, is if you do subscribe, leave a rating or leave a comment. All those things really helps pushes us out to the algorithm, gets other people noticing, helps us find other gaming dads. We've had a fantastic year. Like, Jeff and I are incredibly humbled and really grateful for everybody. So hoping to keep up that momentum, find as many gaming dads as possible for the show. Who else will hear our phenomenal failures?
That's what I'm saying, right? We need to like sing it again in rhyme from coast to coast to coast.
So again, hey, wanted to thank all the gaming dads who have joined us, and I hope that you can share an episode out, bring more gaming dads in the fold, see where we can take it. everybody, thank you so much for listening once again. This has been New Dad Gaming. Until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have one Steam Deck, a 15-year-old, and a 12-and-a-half-year-old.
So much potential. Remember, everybody, just because you became a dad
Does not mean it's game over.